Hello and welcome. Today we are at LEGOLAND Billund. Now we're going to start the video going around the Duplo area, but it then carries on going around the driving school. Then we've got some amazing history about the actual theme park itself, and then we finish on top of the tram and we can see everything that we've walked around. So there's a lot of different pockets within this area of the park that we're now going to walk through and have a look. Now the Duplo area itself, compared to, say, for example, Windsor, it's a lot smaller because they don't have the water section there. However, they have just installed and added for the 2022 season a brand new Duplo build area inside, which is just on the brick street, which is what we'll see when we loop back round again. It's just to the left hand side, and that's a really nice new addition for all the little ones to build, especially if it's raining. Now what they have got here though, they have got quite a lot of rides for the teeny tiny ones within this Duplo section. So you've got that little plane ride just there, then you've got the train here where it goes around the tracks, and you've got all the really nice models and everything to see, so that's a nice little ride for them. And then as it comes around, they have got a really nice big play area on the inside here, just to the right hand side. And the thing that's going around above the top, the yellow thing, that is where we're actually going to finish the video on. So we are down at the bottom part of the park. It's really easy to get to because if you just came straight through the front of the gates, you just walk in a straight line down past the shop through Brick Street, and then you are in the little Duplo section. And then, like I said, but what they have done within this area is they've kept all the smaller and younger rides as such together, whereas other theme parks, for example, within their Lego City range on the map, that's where they have the driving schools and everything else like that. They've actually kept that down with the Duplo area, and you know, so it's just a perfect step up for them to then be able to get on one of their first rides. And then from here, at the left hand side, you have Ninjago, which is that thing just there. So that's a nice big addition to the park, which they've added in across all the parks now, I would have imagined. And then Colorado Town is directly in front. Now all of this, the history wise, we will actually learn within this video of what year, decade and everything else they actually got installed. Now this ride was working like everything else here, but it is just on a timetable, so you can see that 11 o'clock to 11:50 in the morning, that's when that one runs. It's not quite 11 o'clock in the morning yet, so it's not on, but when I was doing the full park tour, I did see people on that in the afternoon, and there was a little queue for them to use it. So again, it's another nice addition to be added in to within this sort of Duplo area slash younger area. Now you've got the photo opportunities and everything to the left hand side, and like I said, if you just walk in a straight line, you then got Colorado Town. But if we're now going to turn right, we're going to walk over the tracks, and we are going to go into technically a different section. So we're not, if we keep going that way, you did see the sign for the Miniland, we're not going into Miniland, but this is another way that you can get through there. And then you can see now that we've actually got the driving school, which is run by Renault, and it has a Shell petrol station, so that's their double sponsor for that one. Now this fire station, even though it looks like it's a fire station, is actually what looks like, I think, it says baby care, so I'm not too sure if it's just a little place where you can get the babies and everything changed, but more importantly, and obviously it says first aid, so if anything went wrong, that will be where you'd be needing to go for scraped knees and things if you need to. And again, super easy to find on the map. Just come in through the front gate, straight line down Brick Street, and you're basically there. So there's lots of different ways that you can get into this park. Now there's a lot of within the shrubbery and things, there's a lot of nice things to look at. Now I'm not 100% sure what that one is for. I don't know if that is just a tribute to where that fire station is with regards to the driving school, or if the driving school used to be fire and police and then it's changed to what they are now. I'm not too sure, but if you've been coming to this park for a long time, please let me know in the comments below what that relates to, and if it used to be used as an older model that they used to sit on, which is the driving school to the right hand side. Where we're looking at now, to the left hand side where all the tables and chairs are, that is another sort of cafe eatery place where you can sit down and grab a bite to eat. And over in Halloween, so last year when I was there at Halloween, that was also being used for one of the princess meets and greets as well. So it does get used for multiple things. So you can see just how big this driving school is with regards to everything else. And now we are going to take a little detour. So again, this is a lot of people miss this. A lot of people don't use this as a cut through. This is a big toilet block to the right hand side, but more importantly to the left hand side it's all about the history of the actual park. So I will read it out as we go, but this is 50 years of play and amazing moments in the Legoland. So in 1968 is when the gates opened. I think they had over 600,000 visitors, which was 3 times more than expected. So 625,000 guests, and it was more than 3 times as expected for the first opening year. Then we move on to 1969, where they introduced like a pony ride with 2 kroner, and they had, how many did they have? They had 12 horses and a cowboy riding 2 Danish kroner. So they would just walk around. That area is still available, but obviously the horses are not there. So this 1.4 million brick legendary Indian chief is still here today. It is absolutely massive, and it's beautiful how they've got the water and everything on the front. I'll let you carry on reading these. But what they have done is, I do believe it used to be a lot bigger with regards to more models. Now where the haunted house is, that actually replaced a land train where you could see more of those models. And supposedly it was actually the locals' favourite ride that they closed. So even though I really like the Lego haunted house, it wasn't until I went into the Lego house shop, and then the staff were telling me that they closed their favourite ride for the haunted house, so they sort of, it's a bit of a bittersweet. And another game that I want to play, for example, just then, if you read it, there was 199 models within the pirate section. That is a video that I would like to try and do and just see if I can find those sorts of things. So in 1988 it got its new entrance, and again it's then been transformed again to how we know it today. And then below that in 1990, that's when the pirate boat ride was introduced. I can't believe it's now 2022 and that ride is still immaculate with all of those models and animatronics going. They do such a good job to keep it tidy. 1992 was when they introduced the log flume, and it says how many trips that they've done with regards to more than 18 million boat trips have been done, and obviously still counting, because obviously it's still up and going. You've got all the amazing midi figures and everything on the outside. 2007 was when they did the Atlantis, but before that in 1997 was when they introduced the roller coaster. Now obviously what I do like about the coaster is the fact that the ride's short, which doesn't matter. The actual sort of entrance bit is amazing, but then also when the ride first starts there's lots and lots of models and everything to look at, and they do change and differ depending on what theme park you're in under the Legoland banner. So it's always worth trying to get on the Dragon one, because you can see all the little Easter eggs and how they are slightly different. So 2012, it's all about your penguins and all the other little Lego sets that are down there from your Explorer team. So actually I've got most of these Lego sets still. Each one of these cards that we're seeing currently, I do have each one of these as an individual video, which is in the 2022 playlist, so it's not uploaded yet. It will be, and then hopefully I'll get back for Halloween and we can just compare it over the year. And obviously where the lands are in the other theme parks, they are available, like this one for example, the Ninjago. We've seen Ninjago in Billund. I know they've got it in Germany. They didn't have Ninjago in Dubai, but that's because they have a massive water park instead. But they did use 1.5 tons worth of Lego bricks just for the models at this one in Billund, which is crazy to think of. Now the log flume was in the 90s. The next addition to this didn't come until 2018, so that was in the Colorado area, or Legorado area shall we say. Was next to the Lego Canoe, right, that's what they call it. So their log flume is actually called the Lego Canoe. Now we're going to make our way back in. So again, toilet blocks to the left hand side, nice map so you can see absolutely everything. That it does include the hotels and everything like that on the left hand side, so it's really nice and easy to see just how close everything is on that. And again, I'm going to say I love how bright and vibrant everything is with regards to colours. If you carried on walking in a straight line, that just takes you to the Miniland. But what I've just read out, everybody just runs past and misses, which I think is such a shame. But now we're going to carry on driving past the driving school. So like I said before, it was done by Shell. That is their petrol station. It does seem that this ride is massive compared to some of them that I've seen before. So I wonder how many people this will actually fit. It is still advertised by Renault because they have that there just on the bottom right. Now if you start looking to the left hand side, that is Brick Street. So I've said this in a couple of videos now, that Brick Street is where it's got all the different colours on the outside of the hotel. That hotel is a park view room which looks over everything that we're seeing now, but underneath that they've now got separate areas which are new for 2022. They've got the Lego Reef that is there. They've rebranded the Rebuild the World to probably 90 years of play, I think, so that's another sort of area where you can build a load of models and everything like that. They've added in a Duplo section for the little ones as well, so you can see just everything here. So there's the Duplo play, the nice bright archway just to the left hand side just there. That is your new Duplo land. You can see everything with regards to the games and stuff. This is obviously a sign that's made out of Lego, and it has the train track all the way around the outside, so it's always worth getting on that. Atlantis is part of this section as well, and then we will be walking by in a second the actual entrance to the hotel, which is on the left hand side, so that is your private entry in and out of the park. And all these banners are new, basically brand new for when I was there, because they are celebrating the 90th year of play. But I'm starting to run out of time, guys, so if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be absolutely fantastic. I did say that I'm going to leave you with the ride that you can see now up at the top, and there is a ride available for the train that's going around as well somewhere within this playlist. I've done a full loop. We're about to get back to the tree where we started from, and we've just done a really nice big circle. So like I said, we are going to get on to the ride at the top. I'm going to go silent so you can soak it all and see it all for yourself, and then the video will finish. So that is the tree with the bag around the bottoms, which I use for reference, and you can see in the background the ride running. But guys, as always, thanks very much for watching. You guys take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Always have to stay safe. If you get out of the car, you will be making through and then you have to walk around for the rest of the process. So it's very important to always see the camera in the car. So